the horn, or the siren as it is here in Arica. 30-minute final underway. Once again, Dave Winchester, your rider in red, going up against the rider in yellow, Ben Player, former world champion. Both these guys have won an event here, and also be aware that this is the 5th year in a row when he's been in the finals.
Wow, that's impressive. I mean, that's amazing in itself. He's kind of had a dominant performance, huh?
Yeah, he's been pretty dominant. This is Ben Player paddling. Opening wave for
looks
Ben
like a good
Player.
wave
Let's
for
see
Ben.
what happens.
Smooth face. This thing's just going to run. He's deep. Can he make it? Oh, he's back there. Oh, he went over
the top.
So he just got a little bit caught up behind. He probably made it through the first shock wave, and the second or third one probably got him and just sent him over. Yeah, I was you were going to recap this heat here, Eric.
Check out the replay, yeah. Trying to draw first blood, and man, looking so
good
perfect,
line.
traveling fast.
Yeah, good line. You know, made it through that part. Watch, you can see him here just for a bit, but then just the wave just kind of got a little bit bumpy in there, and you just couldn't get past that second shockwave section. So that was a good attempt from Ben, and he had the right idea. Had he made that, it probably would have been a 10. So
you know, I think I stand corrected. This is the 4th year in a row that when he's been in the finals, we watched Ben Player driving, and just a great line, like you said, no spray coming off his arm or the board, just nice and clean driving. Unfortunately for the Australian Ben Player, it wasn't enough.
Seemed like it kind of just got a little bit not quite as hollow towards the end there. Just kind of little bit of just softened up, got a little deeper there or whatever. There's kind of that channel there, I guess. So I mean, no harm, no foul. I mean, Dave doesn't even have a wave yet, so.
So the opening score of 3.5 for Ben Player, certainly not going to be one that he wants to keep. We know that.
But he's leading the final with a 3.5.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, I mean, even though it's only the 4th year of the finals, I mean, it's very clear that Dave Winchester has got this spot dialed. He is in tune with the Pacific Ocean here at El Gringo.
And here we go. Fans starting to get a little bit frenzied over here. These guys are super passionate about their bodyboarding in this area.
And we have some of the women's champions from here in the event signing all kinds of posters for the fans.
It was great to see the women give it a dig out here.
For sure.
You know, that was cool. And they're charging too. Okay, Dave
Check it out.
Up and riding.
Driving.
Nice. This wave's got a little bit more around. Let's see what he does here.
He's going to make it out of this one with a big flip.
Wow.
Winnie looking good.
Just a flawless execution. And another one.
You got to be kidding me. On the rocks. Claiming it.
Okay, well, that was pretty cool. That was pretty sick.
That was unreal. I can't wait to see the replay of the 2 flips on the inside.
You know, we were talking earlier about trying to get a perfect score.
Well, here he is driving it. Not quite a big set, but a good-sized wave nonetheless. Driving perfectly, Mike.
And look at this. First flip was great. Good extension. Just did it. Just landed so nice. Re-engaged so quickly. And then just went right back into this other one.
You got to be kidding.
So that,
jeez.
How's that claim? Winnie claim.
I can't wait to see the score for the 31-year-old Australian. Remember, he has done so good here over the years. 4th final in a row. He's won here before. He knows what it takes. He's in tune with the ocean. He comes in with an opening score of 7.75 on this wave right in front of your face.
So,
and again, another replay from a different angle. Beautiful, Mike.
Great little barrel ride right here. And then he just goes right into it. You know it's going to be a big air move. And he just turns it around, makes it a big flip. And then just kind of milks another one here. Just another quick one on the inside. So he's having fun at this point, you know.
Yeah.
After his last wave, he's in with his mate. I mean, this is a perfect scenario for Dave.
When you rip, you're having a good time.
Yeah. And he's definitely, you know, he's on right now for sure.
Okay, so lay of the land. We are 5 minutes into the 30-minute heat. Dave Winchester out to a lead, 7.75. Ben Player with a 3.5. But don't be fooled. That 7.75 of Dave Winchester's, by the end of the heat, it might not matter whatsoever. We saw him put up 3 9-point or better scores in the last heat. And once again, Ben Player's on the left, Mike.
Ben Player looks like this one's just going to run really nice.
Oh.
Peeling along the thing.
Oh.
He's going to look for something.
Big air right here. Boosting. Oh.
Ben Player getting a nice barrel and a big air. And he kind of did like a little gyration with his board, which is kind of unique. It would be fun to see the replay of this.
Now, Mike, that's got to be a 9-point ride, right?
I don't know. I mean, that, that's what we're talking about. Good barrels and that was a good barrel, not an insane barrel, but that air was pretty sick. Gets it under him pretty quick, re-engages fine. That was pretty well done. That's going to be another excellent score.
I'm telling you right now, close to a 9, an 8.7 for Ben Player. So, with a 12.2 already, Ben Player has a nice lead. Dave Winchester with a 7.75. But I just said it and I'll say it again. That 8.87 might not matter by the end of the day because these guys are putting up 9s as we look at the replay of Ben Player driving. Mike, tell us about it.
Yeah, so deep barrel right here, which was just clean. Came out clean with a lot of speed and is looking for the lip and just goes right up to it, boosts it.
I thought there was a great air.
Yeah, gets the board back under him and then kind of lip just kind of, he just was, at that point he just wanted to show that he made it and then the lip just kind of like got him. But yeah, I think the judges have recalibrated for this heat. This is going to be this is it. This is the highest level of riding, and it's the final. So you got to leave a lot of room for antics.
So already great action. Only 6 minutes into this heat. An 8.7 from Ben Player, the best scoring wave. A 7.75 by Dave Winchester. These guys have gone to work already. The Aussies.
Yeah, it's I think this is almost going to be like a free surf for these guys. They surf so much together that this really is just like a free surf.
And the priority right there is with red. Dave Winchester has the priority. So we have it looks like the mayor of Arica down there standing next to the priority. We have two of the leading government officials from the city of Arica here to check out our contest, so that's awesome. They're supporting the event, and the government also supporting the event. As we see Ben Player and Dave Winchester sitting close, I would say they are chatting it up.
Yeah, they would be thoroughly enjoying this, and this should bring out the best in them too.
Yeah, friendly competition, guys pushing each other is awesome.
Yeah. So this is you can see there's like they're talking. It's a completely different environment. And Ben's good about trying to talk while you're in your heat.
Yeah, you said that.
And I don't know if it's malicious or anything, but I think he just is like excited. But Winnie's serious too. Like Winnie wants to win this. Like Winnie, both of them are very competitive people, and Winnie in particular, he's super competitive, and if he knows that Ben has gotten the better of him in that exchange, you look for him to turn it up a bit.
Yeah, 100%. And Mike, we have all kinds of questions coming in from the Facebook page, and I want to try to stick to usually try to stick to questions pertaining to this heat, but there's one that's come in over and over and over the last couple of days I haven't asked you, and that's guys want to know about your worst hold down or worst wipeout or beat down. Do you have one that you can really point out?
There's a multitude to select from. Okay, here we go. I'll answer that, but
okay.
let's
Dave Winchester
paddling.
Here.
Winnie on an inside
smaller
one.
wave, but it could line up perfect.
Let's see you might do something special here. Oh, deep barrel.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah. Is there something after that?
Ben paddling, taking a look. He's not going to go, I don't believe.
Okay, so we're okay. We got a little break. Oh, wait, he's looks like he's scrambling for this one.
So Winnie, that wave's not going to do much for him. He still has a 7.75 though. Is Ben Player going to take off right now? No, he's paddling over it as well. So Mike,
and you can watch Ben. He's looking both ways. Like he's interested in. He'll go left. He'll go right. Either of these guys are getting huge scores going either way. So they're just going to wait for those. Also, wait for the gems.
Just so you guys know at home, Winchester did not make it to the shoulder. He took those other waves behind it on the head. So go ahead and tell us about your worst wipeout situation.
Yeah, I mean, I've of course, over the years have taken quite a few beatings, and okay, we got a little replay here. Let's see what kind of went wrong here, because he had a pretty good line, and he was just really racing. He's trying to see how high he is up on the face. Like he's got a lot of speed. He would have made it really far. I thought he might have come out of that, but it got a little tight, and you can see his board, or is that his body? It's his board. I think he just got sucked over. So just kind of collapsed a little bit on him, and he got stuck in there. He got cramped in there. And so, hold up. And so, you know, when you surf, if you surf big waves and they're heavy, you know, eventually you're going to pay the price. And you know, I guess the worst hold on that I've had was and I don't know if I went unconscious, but I was on the verge of being unconscious, and you know, I just was held down for so long, and it wouldn't let me out. It was a big day. I was towing in, and I just got stuck in this whitewater. It was on an outer reef on the North Shore. And
Phantoms or outside log cabins?
Well, Brock actually towed me in, and he just figured, okay, everything's cool. And I pulled in, and this wave just kept building while I was eating it in the whitewater. And I tried to pull in the barrel. I got barreled, it collapsed, and then in the whitewater just kind of kept building and converging and just didn't relent. And so I held my breath much longer than I thought I could. And I just go, gosh, you know, when's this thing going to let go? And I just kind of went calm for a bit. And I think that's your body's natural response to just like right before you go unconscious. And so I wasn't really moving. I just was like, just like real still. And finally came up and was able to get some air, took a big grasp, and kind of got more energy, just enough energy to kind of deal with the next whitewater that came in and made it. But that was probably the closest I've come to.
How long ago was this? A while ago?
This was a while ago. This was probably about maybe 10 years ago.
Was Brock there with the ski pretty quick to
No,
get you?
no, actually, he just flung me into it.
How did I know?
Well, no, I mean, you know, he was good about that. I mean, he always, you know, he would follow us, but you know, it was one of those ways. It wasn't like a huge day, so it wasn't like, oh, you know, he probably thought, oh, he's got this, and those are actually the situations that, you know, are dangerous, because when you think the other guy's got it and it's still big, and you got to remember. They
kind of sneak up on you, huh?
Yeah, you can get in trouble, and people might not know about it. So just always keep your eye on your guy, and if you're out there, and it's always helpful to have somebody looking out for you. But
did you wipe out on the wave, or did it close out?
I kind of closed out on me, and I tumbled forever, just in the whitewater, tumbling. So, but you know, the main thing I guess is just be prepared physically, mentally, and don't go out if in doubt, they say. So just if you do decide to go on big surf, just make sure you prepare yourself for it, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to give a little update, and then I have another question for you, Mike. We are 13 minutes into the heat. Ben Player has a lead with a 12.2. Dave Winchester with a 10.7. He needs a 4.46 to take the lead. Each rider with only 2 waves. And Mike, I'm going to ask you. You know, I know there's the guys who do the classes on the Big Island and also here in California, where they teach people how to hold their breath for upwards of 5, 6, 7 minutes even sometimes, and they have a whole different theory. I'm sure you have something to say about this. You probably know the guys who teach these classes. Can you tell the people at home a little bit about it?
Yeah, I met the guy recently. I was over at Jamie O'Brien's house, and he was staying there, and I met him. And yeah, there's courses you can take to
somebody's on the way. Dave Winchester on the left, on his third wave.
Big.
Mike.
He's going for a big move. Wow. Whoa!
He over-rotated. He got too excited.
Yeah, I haven't seen Winnie do too many forward airs, and he's thinking, okay, I'm gonna one up on Ben, I'm sure. And he just bit off a little bit too much there. But he, you know, great style all the way up until over-rotating. That's one of the problems with that maneuver. You know, it's
hard to judge how hard you have to throw it.
And why it's so tricky, because you got to hit it at just the right place on the lip, and it's almost like he hit it too far forward, and his legs got lunged forward. Maybe he should have just held on and tried to do a roll.
4.08 there for Dave Winchester on his failed forward 360 air attempt, but it was amazing nonetheless. And Mike, go ahead and go on with tell us about, you met these guys over at Jamie O'Brien's house.
So anyway, there's classes you can take to kind of work on your breath, and I need to learn more about it myself. You know, I learned a little bit from divers that I've dove with in the past, and you know, how to take breaths with your gut versus your chest. And
yeah, they breathe with their stomach, right?
Yeah,
as we see, here he is, Ben Player taking a look, not going.
God, it's so clean out there right now. It's so glassy.
So these guys breathe with their stomach.
Well, they just kind of you just kind of suck in with your gut, and then
And it's a way to open your lungs
yeah,
up even bigger.
I think it does, yeah.
And they also, I understand, you tilt your head back a little bit at the end, and you breathe in until you feel like you can't take any more, and you tilt your head back, I'm told, and they take in one more little...
Goodness, yeah. And see, I don't know how practical that is, really. Anyway, this looks like a wave that Ben's going to be going on.
Okay, Ben Player in the yellow on the left. The Australian, look at him driving right now, Mike.
Okay, nice big open barrel. Nice big open barrel.
Oh,
let's see if it's got something else there. Yeah, okay, he's in and out of that one. So that was a nice big barrel, big open gaping
so he's
barrel.
going to improve upon his 3.5 no matter what.
Yeah, I would say that's for sure.
Winchester's a score of 7.75 and a 4.08 in second place. Ben Player is going to move his score up. He's already in the lead without that wave, but he is going to move up. And check out the replay, Mike.
Gosh, just a nice, just holds the line there so nice. Just sitting and just parking it in the barrel. And,
just parking.
Yeah, it just comes out. I think he probably looked at that section and figured, wait a minute, I still got more of the heat to surf. I'm not gonna get dismembered on the rocks yet.
Another look at this angle. This is a beautiful wave.
This is a good angle. Looking into the tube, you can kind of see.
Ben is so comfortable piping, it looks like pipe,
he's a great. Well, he won pipe this year.
But it looks like pipeline.
Well, it's hollow. It's a big hollow barrel. It's very similar in a lot of ways.
Well, I'm saying in more respects than just that it's hollow and big. I mean, it's shaped like it. It has about the length of a pipe wave.
Yeah, I guess so. This wave in a lot of ways is a lot more gnarly because it just washes right up onto the rocks.
Well, that's the thing. I will say in my experience, and as I've grown older, we got a score now. Hold on, Ben Player with a 6.83. Actually.
Yeah. So that's.
And relative to the scores in the semis and quarters, I guess now, they're showing, hey, compared, it wasn't as good as other waves, so we're going to score it a little bit lower than we would have maybe yesterday.
And again, I think you need to recalibrate and just realize that this is a new heat, and what was going down in the other heat with nines, for the similar wave in this might score the same, but it might not. So it goes from heat to heat.
So Mike, I was going to say, as I've grown older and gotten more experience on the North Shore and become friends and with all the boys over there. And I've noticed that pipeline is not near, and I don't want to say anything misleading, but pipeline's not nearly as scary or as dangerous as once you are able to get the waves you want. Once you have wave selection and you can sit deep and you can get any wave you want and it's not a problem, all of a sudden it gets much easier to surf. So that's what you said. You said this wave is scarier than pipe. I mean, you certainly are a guy who's been out there for 30 plus years and gets the waves he wants. And I'm getting more and more waves than I wanted when I was a little kid. And it seems to get safer once wave selection. I mean, as soon as you don't have to worry about other people, and as soon as you're not fighting for bad waves on the inside and dealing with all the kooks, let's say, on the inside, once you're with the boys on the outside and everyone gives you your share, it gets safer.
Well, at that point, it gets safer for a number of reasons. Not just because, it really gets down to the wave selection over there.
Yeah. Once you have wave selection, it's not dangerous.
Yeah. Well, if you're not picking the junk ones or the dangerous ones, also at that by that point, okay, here we go. Weenie up and riding. Trying to get his campaign going, spinning the barrel. Boy, that was interesting.
Remnants of Andrew Lester.
Yeah, that was interesting. He was deep when he did that. So that was pretty wild.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but what I was saying is, if you're okay, here we go. Here's a little replay here.
Yeah,
so
it was interesting.
It kind of just bowled up. Yeah, he went for it. He threw it in there. He didn't really get it around too fast.
Big set.
Big set coming in.
There's a big wave behind it as well. Is Ben Player going to take off?
He's looking at it.
No,
he's over.
That's a bomb right there, Mike.
Maybe if he was a little bit deeper, look at that. Ooh, whitewater.
Maybe though too.
That whitewater could be a menace.
Go on, Mike, with what you're saying. You're talking about, when you're not inside fighting for the scraps and the leftovers, all of a sudden it gets safer.
Yeah, it gets safer for a combination of reasons probably. The other reason is that by the time you make it to the peak and you're out there taking turns with the main guys, it means that you've put in your time out there and you have technique and skill to do it. So more than anything, that's probably plays the biggest role, is that your people know that you're not going to blow it every wave you catch, and so you get a moderate degree of respect, and so as long as you're cool and you respect everyone else and you take your time, you'll be able to pick off a couple good ones.
Yeah, for sure. And you're talking about some of your worst experiences towing in and stuff. I remember when I was younger, like literally a teenager. There's those days on the North Shore where, it's big for days and days and days, and almost too big to surf anywhere unless you're doing tow-ins. And, sometimes after 3, 4, 5 days of gigantic waves, people get fed up. So I'm going out somewhere.
Yeah.
And I remember paddling out one day, and I was probably 19 years old, had very little experience at pipeline, and it was big second reef waves and trying to pick off the safe ones. And I was out there with Shane Doran and Kelly Slater, and it was one of those days where it starts off too big in the morning and it cleans up and gets smaller throughout the day. And by nighttime, it's rideable and relatively okay. And there was the big sets washing through. And I was a teenager, and I remember a third reef set coming in, and you just get that, your heart just sinks, and you get that sick feeling in your stomach. You're like, oh boy, here we go. And I'm paddling for my life. And I remember the whitewater's coming in. It's got to be 25 feet of whitewater. And I look on each side of me. I have Shane Dorian on one side, Kelly Slater on the other. And they both look at each other, stop paddling, sit up on their boards, and take their leashes off and just swim for the bottom.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
And I'm a kid. I'm like, oh boy, this is not cool.
That's hectic. That's a hectic story.
I probably got washed 50 yards underwater.
Okay, we got Weenie.
Dave Winchester on a smaller right.
Yeah, this thing might load up on the end here.
It's got,
he's up. He's got a high line. He's looking for. He's gonna watch him just release here and get some speed for this section.
It's a smaller.
There
wave,
he goes.
Though.
A little bit.
Oh wow! Throws a roll while he was.
Yeah, or I don't know. Maybe he just threw his board. Maybe he knew it was gonna pinch.
8 minutes and 36 seconds to go. Where is Ben? He's taking
Ben's
off.
got a great wave setting
Look
up
at
here.
This one.
Big section. Let's look for the reverse air.
Oh! Oh! We knew it was coming. Oh my goodness.
That was funny. That was hectic.
Woo!
Fanny, what are you doing?
This guy's killing it.
That's hectic. So he had, as much speed as you can get out here. Big section, just absolutely went huge, and then just realized that, hey, I'm gonna get. If I try to land this, I'm gonna break my.
I think he should have put his feet out in front of him like Jacob did.
Yeah,
Jacob went
put
for
the
it.
landing gear down. Yeah. A lot of times you can throw your landing gear down. With Jacob though, he got pumped on that. Look at this, just a perfect boost, perfect. Man, he should have held that. Sorry.
Yeah,
unreal. If he held that, and I mean, this is a finals, man. You could have just go for it.
That was big, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would have sealed it for him, probably.
For sure.
And now it's there's not a lot of time left, and Winnie can catch him. Winnie needs a 7.79. Winnie was getting 8 and 9s before, so yeah. I'm surprised actually that he let go, because that was man. And I think he might have even got more pumped that he didn't let go. Maybe he saw something I didn't see. I mean, obviously.
They said it looks like Ben Player might be hurt.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah. Well, it looks. I mean, he's looking at when you start looking at body parts. Yeah, he just gave a thumbs up. When you start looking at body parts after a wave, that you got thrash. Yeah, and Jacob's situation. He tried to, put down the landing gear, I guess, but he got absolutely worked. He lost both his fins, got sucked over, and bounced on his butt on the bottom.
Mike. Wow.
Big set coming in here.
Look at this wave.
Wow, that thing! Look at that thing run.
Look at
that would have been a
big
10-pointer.
that is. I was trying to see if the riders got through that without taking it on the head, and I believe they did. Amazing. 6 minutes to go here in the finals of the third stop of the GoPro IBA World Tour, the Arica Chilean Challenge, presented by the Municipalidad de Arica, Tomate Surf Shop, Science Bodyboards, Movie Star, and Lawn Airlines. My name is Eric Apple. I am your host for the IBA World Tour, and I'm pumped to be alongside 9-time world champion Mike Stewart for some of the most insane action in the water worldwide. And we are going to set the stage for you. Ben Player with a 15.53. His highest score is an 8.7, followed by a 6.83. Behind him is Dave Winchester, the fellow Australian, and also a multi-time champion, a guy who's won this event. Been in the finals 4 years in a row with 11.83. He needs a 7.79. Mike, what is going through the minds of these guys?
Well, gosh, they know time's kind of winding down here. They both need, Ben needs to put some distance between him and Winnie because he's, you always want to be in a situation where you're just dominating the other guy, so there's just no hope. And whenever there's a gap, you leave a gap in the door, it's anyone's game. And so we've seen in the past a number of times in 5 minutes, contests can be won. I think, classic example, Pipeline, Jeff Hubbard, a couple years back with Tom Rigby, who was dominating the final and had Jeff, I think, in combo.
Look at the smaller
came back
wave
and
he's
won within
for.
5 minutes. So Jeff turned the heat around and actually ended up winning with 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that was Benny paddling for that wave. So Winnie, I guess, would have
priority. It didn't matter, but still I was kind of curious about that one. I mean,
well, I think I might have seen some texture on the wave face. It might be getting a little more crumbly out there. I don't know. If in fact it is, if the sea breeze is coming in and it's going to get a little more bumpy, these guys are going to want to get their scores quick. Wow, Ben looked like he got pretty messed up on that wave. That was insane.
The beach announcer asked him multiple times if he's feeling okay, if he's hurt.
Yeah, everyone's concerned for Ben because he just he went for the moon, man. I'm surprised he didn't hold it though. Like, you know what I mean? Like in the final. Like, I don't know. It seems like your adrenaline would just be like, I bet you if he was in a heat with anyone else, he probably would have held it. I think he's just probably so relaxed with Winnie out there that.
3 minutes, 33 seconds to go, Mike. Red has priority. The red jersey belongs to Dave Winchester at the moment. So the man in second place who needs a score of a 7.79 has a priority. Will a wave come in the next 3 minutes and 20 seconds that's good enough and big enough and shaped well enough for Dave Winchester to steal that lead away from Ben Player, like Ben Player did to the fellow Aussie Ryan Hardy in the quarterfinal earlier?
Well, it's a career-changing question, isn't it? Like, well, actually, these guys are pretty set in their careers, but for Ben, this could mean the difference between a title. Really, if he wins this, it's going to put him in a much better position. I mean, way harder for anyone else to catch him. And for Winnie, it would start his campaign. Ben already has 2 world titles under his belt. Winnie would like to get one.
There might be some lines coming in. I see some waves coming in up and down the coast.
I'm looking up on the top of our screen. We can kind of see the little band of whitewater kind of go in and out. Oh. Looks like some sets coming in here.
Possibly.
So this might be the last exchange. We'll see.
Once again, Eric Apple joined by Mike Stewart, 9-time world champion, innovator of the sport of bodyboarding, and he is here alongside me to call all the action. And we're having a great time watching great surfing.
Okay.
Dave Winchester's going to go.
Dave Winchester's going to give it another dig.
He needs a 7.79.
Scooping in deep in the barrel. Still traveling, still traveling, still traveling. I bet you he's still in there. He might come out of this. Oh, just looks like it crumbled towards the end there.
He's got 1 minute and 50 seconds to get
Oh my gosh, that would have been the wave.
I'm interested in seeing the other angle.
Gosh, it seemed like he just maybe tried to park in there too long.
A little too greedy.
Yeah. Just you really want to extend your tube time, and so it's a fine balance between stalling and driving.
So this is the angle we want to see. This is where we can tell what happened. Maybe he's already gone.
Oh yeah, so he got clipped early.
1 minute and 23 seconds for Winnie to get back out there, but Ben Player has priority. So Dave Winchester has to somehow get out there and get another wave. But look at the set coming. There's a set coming, Mike.
Okay, Ben could put the nail in the coffin right here.
See the wave right there behind it on the top of the screen, and one behind that even. Oh.
So there's a big set coming in. There's a minute left. Winnie does have enough time to get out there if he strokes it. He needs to pick up his pace here.
Oh my goodness! Look at this action.
Oh, massive set. Looks like a big peak rolling in here.
Bomb.
Wow. Watch this thing run.
45 seconds to go. The last heat of the Arica Chilean Challenge. All Australian in the final. Winnie, he's got to find something. There's still more out there. There's still more waves back there,
We
Mike.
got 30 seconds. We don't have much time. We might have time for one more wave if these guys are lucky.
Great action and great drama here.
Can Winnie get it? Oh. He needs it. He doesn't need much. You know, he only needs a 7.79 for him, and he does that in his sleep.
Ben's paddling over there.
Oh, this could be it.
He's got to do it. He has to use his priority. He can't let Winnie do it.
Oh, and that's it.
Oh, boy.
So let's see what Ben does on this.
He's going to throw a big.
He's going to be a happy man right here.
Nope. He said I had enough of that one earlier.
He's going to be a happy man.
So there is your winner. The 10th annual Arica Chilean Challenge is over. Your champion. He's won it here before, and he wins it again. His name is Ben Player, the Australian, 34 years old, doing a great job out here. Dave Winchester in second place with a total score of 11.83, and he's been in the finals here 4 times in a row. He's certainly in tune with this place, but Ben Player